go ways to get to go through one.
Okay. I want to apologize previously for the quality of the video. It got dark in there at night and the light went out, so, and the audio is not real great in this video just because where Mark was sitting and everything else, so I apologize for that beforehand.
So anyways, this video was from Field Day, which was the second weekend in June. It's the ARRL, the ARRL, the American Amateur Radio Relay League. It's like you'll hear it in the video, but kind of like an emergency preparedness kind of drill, if you want to call it that. Contest, but not a contest thing. It's kind of run like a contest, but it's not a contest. So the like I say, it took place on the I say second weekend in June.
Yeah,
second
weekend.
I think it's second,
yeah.
Whatever. In 2020. Now this year the rules were a little different because of all the human malware issues. So they changed some of the rules, and like the times used to be 1800 UTC to 1800 UTC, which, if you don't know, that's universal time coordinated, which is basically or Greenwich Mean Time, as some people call it. It comes from Greenwich, England, is where the that time comes from. So, which our time here Central, that would have been, it's like 1 o'clock, I think, or 1300. So, anyways, but this year it went from 1800 UTC to 2100 UTC. So, yeah, but we only work Saturday. And that's sorry, and let me that's 24-hour period normally. This year, like I say, it was 22 hours, whatever. So from Saturday to Sunday is what it was. But anyways, we were at our club. They're here in central Nebraska, kind of. A few of the club members were there. There was more. We got there a little later in the evening. So a lot of people have already left by the time we got here, because my son graduated that day, Zane. And so once we were done with all his festivities, we went out to Field Day and kind of hung out. And you'll meet Mark, WD0AAH, and Bill. I forgot off the top of my head, I just drew a blank on his call sign. He says his call sign in the video, but like I say, the audio is not the greatest because they're where we were and everything else. So in hindsight, we have a mic to put on the camera, but we forgot it. It was one of those last minute, hey, do you want to go out there? Yeah, let's go out. So
like I said, it was a rush because we had just got done spending most of our day at my son's graduation. We were all burned, we were hot, you know, so.
Anyways, like I say in the video, I don't know, you can, like some of we were a 2 Delta station, which is, we had 2 radios and we were running on shore power or, house electricity. A lot of clubs you can run on generator or solar power or some kind of alternative means, battery power or whatever. And then I was running the digital station, and you'll see in I think the intro, you saw Mark and Eric N0 RX. They were running the single sideband station there. So, and field day, what it is normally, it's, you know, like say it's a kind of the idea is you go out and kind of set your emergency antennas up and your bring out your radios, and like if there was a disaster and you had to set up communications, that's kind of the drill it's supposed to be, and it's a once a year thing. And
it happens to be my favorite, which I
Yeah.
said, you know, in the beginning of the video, it is my absolute favorite time of the year.
because we kind of go out and camp out there.
Uh-huh.
We do it at Mark's farm. So I mean, a lot of groups just go to a park somewhere or something like that, you know, and a little more out in the field. He's got a bunch of land that we set up our antennas on, and you're in his garage. In past years, we have run on generator power and all that, but this year with all this stuff, we just kind of let's just do it the easy way. For some clubs, you know, depending on their states. You know, things for getting together couldn't even do anything together, and that's one thing too you could do. You could work this year. You could work from home, and add your score. Everybody could work from home and add your contacts together with your club if you want to. And normally you can't do that, but that was like say one of the rules they added just for this year. Normally there's lots of it's like a big potluck food. And this goes for all kinds of field day sites. That's always kind of the one thing. It's to get together for the fellowship and food, and then the radio part's always kind of second. You know, it's kind of the joke. But a lot of clubs, you know, will agree on that. But this year, it's kind of bring your own food, you know, and things like that because you know the whole COVID thing and all that. And we're all like say pretty. Most of us, you know, see each other pretty regularly, so we weren't too worried about the social distancing, even though we did try to practice social distancing, especially if it's somebody from the group that...
Well, and the way that it was set up too, you know, you're social distanced anyway because you've got a desk clear over here, and then you've got John doing his digital stuff over here.
When we're sitting around talking and stuff, we were, you know, kind of, you know, social, and that's why you can see that in the video. It's kind of hard to... One reason it's hard to hear everybody, but some of us, we see each other on a day or semi-daily basis, and so we weren't too worried about the social distancing. We did wear masks when needed. If we had some older gentlemen who came out for field day, you know, they had their mask on and whatever else because they're, you know, or some of them didn't even come out if they weren't too worried about, you know, thing. Sorry, our GorillaPod's on its way out here, so the camera kind of slowly falls. So I think that's about it on my list here of things that we kind of cover in the video that's kind of hard to hear, but like I say, you'll hear some of this stuff, information repeated. So, but like I say, it was just a little brief overview of what we did, what happens, and there's a picture of my digital station. I know it's one of the stills you'll see in there, and then like at the beginning, you just when Amy came in, she's got me working, and then there's some video of Eric and Mark working some contacts, and other than that, we just had a little bit of fellowship time before we broke down for the evening, and then on Sunday I came home and I worked from home and made several. I don't know, made a few contacts. It's like say it was a busy, you know, on the radio, a busy weekend. So breaking some of the pileups and that kind of stuff was. And a pileup is where you have like one big station and everybody's trying to talk to that one station. So when he's asking for people to call him, then you have a whole bunch of people calling him at once. So that's what you call a pileup. So you got to kind of pick out that other guy's got to sit there and pick out the more stronger stations and get to them. So that's basically it. So. That's basically it. So
you might want to tell them about the whole rule on okay, normally for ham radio or amateur radio, you have to have a license in order to run it. At field day, you don't. Well, there has to be one. Explain that.
Because as a club, normally you have like a, you know, it's kind of you're welcome the public in. That's why a lot of clubs do them at parks. and they have a get on the air station, they call it, and it's for the public to come up and get on the radio and try to make a few contacts and kind of get their dip their toes, as you will, in the waters, maybe get them interested and stuff. So as long as it's called a third party rule, any amateur can have a third party. I used to do it a lot of times for
Our kids did it.
well, I used to do it more when I was a kid. Like, they have a one-off kind of example is there around Christmas time. There's a Santa Claus from the North Pole. Your kids can talk to Santa Claus, because he's a ham and he's on the air.
I know our granddaughter. That's one thing
yeah.
she looks so forward to.
By the time I got my license, the kids were too old and didn't really care. But like when I was a kid, I remember doing that. So with my dad.
But now this year, well, not just this year, but in the previous years, and basically
Yeah.
since our grandkids have been old enough to talk and understand who Santa is and all that stuff, they'll come to Grandma and Papa's house so that they can talk to Santa.
Yeah.
So,
But anyways, so that's the third party rule. So anybody that comes to field day, you can set them down if they want, and they can get on the radio as long as you have a licensed amateur there, kind of with them to mentor them and make sure they're not doing anything stupid or that you're not supposed to do.
and sorry,
explain things to them and all that. So
and kids are actually easier to hear on the radio, just like a woman's voice is easier to
Yeah.
hear on the radio than a male.
yeah, when you're working a pile up, that the female voice and the kid's voice. Well, also a lot more people are a little more. They know. Oh, it's a kid. They'll kind of slow down, not work so fast, and give a little more patience gets involved there. But it's also that higher. I don't know, say a higher pitch or whatever. Voice is easier to pick out over the air. So.
And the other thing too, I think we mentioned it in the video that he did on amateur radio, just on amateur radio in and of itself.
Yeah, you can go back and look at that video. She can put
I can put a thing up here
tag to
linking that. But
if you have any other questions on that.
yeah, but basically what I was trying to say is that's one of the main reasons why, or not, it's not the main reason, but it's one of the reasons why there's no age limit on getting an amateur radio license, because really, honestly, all it is memorizing. And
Sorry.
for the what is
Yeah.
it, technical?
Yeah, the technician and stuff. So anyway, you can go back and watch that video where I described some of that. But if you have any other questions, just put them in the comments and we can answer them. But other than that, that's all this video is. Don't want to take up too much more time here. So
Sorry, we're a little behind. With me having my issues that I do and stuff, it's just really hard right now for me to get videos up.
and this one kind of got sat on the back burner. We didn't really have enough. She didn't think we had enough video and all that, which I'm like, yeah, we got enough there. We can throw it together. So, so that's the other reason it's been sitting on the back burner. But so, all right, with that, we'll let you watch the video. Like I said, there's not much there. The audio kind of sucks. We'll try to put in the call signs and stuff when they say them in the on the screen there and whatever else. So, once again,
thank you for joining us, guys. Please like, please subscribe, and if you feel ever so inclined, you can share it. If you have extra, please give it to someone else. Pay it forward, basically. Always stay humble, always stay kind, and we'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye-bye, guys.
Bye.
Okay, John, do you want to... Okay, so... Okay, so I guess I will just ask you, okay, we are out at field day, and I want you to tell me, we have John and Mark, and Bill. Mark's call sign is
WD0AH.
Okay, I don't know if you caught that, but what'd you say?
Whiskey Delta Zero, Alpha Hotel.
Okay. And Bill's is,
Your call sign?
W0IOO.
okay. So,
W0CES.
yep, which I said before. So tell us what the, basically what the, I guess the fun of field day is.
Our light went out. It's just a practice across the U.S. of different clubs and individuals that go out and set up your emergency equipment to and just make as many contacts as you can. It's a unofficial contest.
Okay, and what's the, like,
And this is part of the W0US club here in our local, one of our local clubs. Some of our members, there were more here that they left, getting kind of late. So, but it goes 24 hours from 1800 Zulu to 20 something Zulu. Sun.
Is it 1800 to 1800?
No, it's this year. It's 1800 to 20 something Zulu.
Yeah.
Like 3 o'clock.
It's basically noon on Saturday to noon on Sunday.
Yeah, generally 24 hours. This year they've changed some rules for the COVID human malware virus stuff. So, but yeah, that's basically it. We set up everything portable. Some people do it in tents and campers and whatever. We just kind of do it here in Mark's garage and run on generator power, or in this case we're running on shore power and or batteries, you know, and try to make as many contacts as you can in a 24-hour period. So there's people that stay up all night long. We're a little too.
we're too old and decrepit to do that,
Yeah,
but
I second that motion. I resemble that remark.
Yeah. So normally there's lots of traditionally at field day sites across the country. Usually the number one thing is food and then radio, but this year with the COVID stuff, we've kind of that's a little different. But so it's just all a big get together too a lot of times, and everybody sits around and BS's, so or rag chew as we call it, and yeah, that's basically it.
and like, I know that, like, one thing, like I've stated, like John has stated in one of our previous videos, you know, you have to have a license in order to do this.
Nope.
So normally with ham radio, you have to have a license. With field day, you do not.
You run under the club license or third party, you know, as long as there's a licensed operator there, a non-licensed person can sit and operate the radios, and which is a good. Normally at most field day sites, you have a, you know, kind of a thing to get the public, get on the air station, to get the public involved and get them on, give them a little taste of radio and get some hooked, hopefully.
John's tried many a times to get me on. I will not do it. I have mic fright. Does not happen. Will not happen.
Oh, come on, you can't visit with the best of them?
She can,
I can have a YouTube channel. I will not have. No, nuh-uh.
She just hasn't found the right person to sit and talk to.
I guess what's the other? Like I was talking to Mark with the what is it? The 2A or 3?
Oh, how the stations are classified
Yeah.
is whether you're a club station or you be a principal station, or whether you're running on electrical power for the power company or generator power, and that's how they group the contestants throughout the United States. So everybody's on a level playing field, basically.
So we're running as a 2 Delta tonight for because we had 2 radios running, 2 operators, and running on the shore power, the power of the house here.
But no, we have more than 2 operators because you have 3.
There's two radios.
Two radios.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
2 operating positions.
There's some big stations. Of course, this year I don't know how well. This year's a little different the rules, but there's some places that have 20 and 30 radios all running at the same time, and that's a logistical nightmare to do.
sounds like.
The biggest I talked to this year was a 5
Yeah.
station operation that had 5 different radio stations.
And that's within well, this year you have to be within a 1,000-foot radius.
Yeah.
Normally it's like a 300-foot radius or something. So, yeah. And then this year too, you can actually stay at home and run your home station and contribute to your club's points, because you earn points for all the contests. Everybody turns them all in, even though it's not a contest, and it's for bragging rights basically. And the ARRL, when they tally up the American Radio Relay League, when they tally up all the points, they publish who in the different categories who had the most points and all that.
So yeah, that's basically what it is. Like I said, you know, it's like one of my favorite things to do every year, to come out to field day. And Mark is nice enough to let us come out to his garage, and we sit out here and shoot the poo and just have a good old time. Mark is an amazing cook and cooks like amazing food, and we just sit out here and hang out with his kitties and all kinds of stuff. So that's basically what field day is. So
Basically a way for old men to play with their electronic toys. So
Yep.
we try to get younger people involved too.
yeah, there's been times where there's been, you know, I guess every time I've been out here, there's been, you know, the wives of, you know, all the guys that are here. The wives will come out and, well, most of us will just sit here and shoot the poo while the guys are playing with their little electronic toys. But I don't think I've ever seen any of the wives get on the radios. I don't.
Gloria,
Well, yeah, Gloria does. She's got.
licensed.
Yep, she's licensed. I won't ever get on
You've
it,
helped
but
me log before.
yeah, I've logged, but I'll do that, but no, you'll never catch me on that radio. Nope, nope, won't happen. But yeah, that's basically it. So that's field day for you. So thank you guys, appreciate it. That's it.